Good afternoon, everybody. Today is my chance to make fun of all the people that like to make truck driving videos, because I'm going to just tell you from personal pet peeve opinion, I can't stand 95% of the videos that people make while they're driving. I think they're like just ridiculous. It's like, hey, I just got in my truck and I just had this brilliant idea, because isn't that true? We get all of our brilliant ideas while we're driving. How come that happens? Maybe we should drive around more often when we're not feeling very creative and get brilliant ideas. But instead of making YouTube videos, we should pull off to the side of the road and write down some action steps that we can take on these brilliant ideas. So I want you to understand this. First and foremost, I am only making this video today to have a little bit of fun with it and to say, hey, I've got one or possibly two truck videos in my history. But I just think the whole concept of sitting here as I'm looking around at traffic and you're wondering like what car I'm passing, and you're probably thinking to yourself the same thing that I think to myself all the time when I see the videos, like, dude, is that even safe? Like, don't you have to take, because there's sometimes this is my favorite, the truck or video guy, or the guy drive worse than, there's one thing worse than the truck video guy, the guy driving like a pimped out, totally ballin' car, and you know he does one of these. He says he's talking about something, he looks right into the camera for like 10 or 15 seconds, and you're like, oh dude, you gotta focus on the road. So again, I'm only doing this today to have a little bit of fun with it. But I would like to add some value and at least help you understand what it is I'm doing. What am I driving in the truck, and what has inspired me today to make the video? Well, it's January, early January, and of course I'm inspired by sales. I love this time of year. There's a certain smell in the air at about 45 to 50 degrees where you can almost catch a wisp of spring in the air, and I feel it in my phone calls and in my emails and in the number of web requests that we're getting. Like right now I'm getting flooded with a lot of appointment requests and drainage requests, and this is the time of year I've got to be very, very cautious about what prices that I give, because we're a little bit slower. This is the time of year you're tempted to give a little bit more aggressive price, because you're thinking in your mind like, man, my crew and myself, we are ready to go to work next week. It is, we didn't do much during Christmas or New Year's break. We kind of chilled with our family, and now we're hungry and we all got to go out there and make some things happen. And we tend to bring a little bit of extra stress home during this time of year. And it's like, you look at your kids and like, what's wrong? And you're like, I got to work. I got to sell some jobs. The jobs are coming. They come every year in the spring. They're coming this year again. But you got to be smart about the prices you're giving, because today, this week, I'm loaded up with appointments. The prices, if I give my panic prices, where it's like, come on, it's a fire sale, we're trying to get out there and get work booked. These are people that could say yes to me mid-February. And I'm telling you, 30 days from now, the game is going to change. We are going to start booking out 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and by mid-March, it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks out. So you don't want people coming back to you that you quoted in January and saying, hey, remember you told me you do that sod job for $5,800, and you're thinking to yourself like, I wouldn't even touch it for less than $7,000 right now. That's the way it works. That's the way that you've got to hit when the season's hot. So you've got to stand by your prices right now. I'm doing far more phone screening now than I would possibly even during the peak season, because now a lot of people are shopping and they're thinking about these projects, and their thought is, I'm going to start early and I'm going to get a quote now today, and then I'll say we're thinking about doing it in the spring, because in their mind it's the sensible thing to do, right? You come out and you do the work in your spring. In your mind, you're like, it doesn't freaking matter. We build walls when it's 30 degrees outside. I still got to work when it's 20 degrees outside. So let's build your wall tomorrow. I'll give you a pretty good price on it. Let's get moving. And they're thinking like, oh, that's a little high. And you're like, high? You haven't seen high until you see, call me in April. We're not even going to touch the job. So the budget question is being talked about on the phone, and people are like, I don't know my budget. I'm like, well, without a budget, you're going to have to do some homework for me. I'm going to need you to send me some pictures of your job site so we can start to have that budget conversation. And it saves me a lot of time, because winter is this precious time when I can work hard on my marketing. I can work hard on my updating my website, my Facebook page profile. I can dig into my office a little bit more, clean out my drawers, decide on which days of the week that I'm going to pay my bills. I can organize my vision and my goal for the year. I can tell myself which services do I want to cut out this year and do less of. And I'll tell you one thing. First and foremost, I want to do less hardscapes this year. And I know a lot of guys out there are looking at and saying, like, I want to do more hardscapes. I want to get into more pavers and more of that. But the market has become a little bit saturated. I'm looking at doing more complex drainage projects this year. We have come like light years in our advancement and our ability to understand and alleviate very complex drainage situations. Sorry, not leave like the sunlight right there. I'm at a red light. I can stare into the camera. Again, I'm only having fun with this, guys, because making these truck videos, it's like, dude, just go outside on a job site and make them outside. I just think there's certain cheesiness factor to a truck driving video. It's kind of like, maybe it's just a little bit of an ego-driven thing. Maybe guys want you to see what kind of ride they're driving around in, or what make it look like they're working. But whatever it is, I mean, I still watch them. I still pick up some good tips from some people that I follow. But it's like, why make it while you're moving in a truck when we're so conscious in today's world to not distract ourselves while we're driving? The last thing I need is to rear end somebody because I'm not paying attention or look another way. So you're not going to see any more truck videos. At the very least, I'll be parked in a stationary location. But for the most part, I like to make my videos outside in the world where the action is really happening, because for all I know, some people get in their truck, drive around in the neighborhood, and make the most elaborate, insightful, thoughtful truck video in the world. But let me get back to my insight for the day that I do want to leave you with, so you have value from this video, not just a smile or a laugh. Hopefully that's what you have. And that is this. I'm looking very closely this year at the services I'm providing, and I'm looking at the profitability of the services where we made our most money last year. Clearly, artificial turf, lighting, drainage, plant, softscape sales, new plant installations. These are niche things. And you find, there's a lot of guys in the hardscape business now, and, it kills me to see the levels to what they'll drop prices to. It's like, why on earth are prices dropping? Because I'm not dropping my price. Now, we still are going to get hired for plenty of hardscape projects. I don't have to worry about that. We've been in the business a long time. We've got a good name for ourselves. Look, I actually had to pull off to the side so I could focus on this. So we're still going to get plenty of hardscape business this year, but I'm just going to be more and more selective on these patios. I am going to start giving quotes over the phone if people send me pictures of their projects. It's like, my time's valuable. I can't just drive an hour to your house or 40 minutes to your house, spend an hour with you talking about how great we are, then I leave and you love me because I've just given you the best sales pitch in the world, and then I hand you a price that's, $17 a square foot, and you're like, oh, I got a guy that said he'll do it for 25% less, and can you match that price? No, I don't want to. I didn't work 17 years, or now going on 18 years in this business, have not worked that long, so I can lower my prices. They should be going up every year. That's the other thing that I've done this year. Strategy wise, I have raised all my prices this year. If it means that I have to work less, I can tell you the top line growth may be none. I mean, I may grow my business 10%, maybe 20% this year, and I never used to get that. I always used to think, like, in the beginning, in the first years of business, it's like I compared myself a lot to other companies, and I would see other companies that would report growth, bigger companies that would report growth and say, I grew 20% this year. And I thought, dude, I grew 100. I doubled my business. Like the first 4 years, it was like double. Look what I could do. And then before I knew it, I had 3 acres of property, and I had 7 crews, and I had custom built trucks, and it was like, I also got a whole bunch of headaches, and the margins start start creeping down and down and down. I am all about attacking the margin. So far, just in this past week, I have stood my ground on pricing. I've been told no at least 2 or 3 times already, and 2 of those times were today that I got told no on a project. And I was like, okay, I mean, there's no negotiation. I'm not going to do it for less. I would rather sit at home because now there's stuff I can do at home, which is leading me into what one of my upcoming videos is going to be. Within the next week, I'm going to be producing a video on multiple streams of income. And this is going to play into what I'd like to become kind of a multi-part series on exit strategy for your business. I mean, I'm sure you guys don't want to do this for 20 years and break your back every single year and constantly be going through the same struggles. Your knowledge is valuable, and I'm going to talk to you about other things that you can do. I have my hand in multiple businesses, so I'm doing different things. I don't just do landscaping. I primarily do landscaping, but I work very hard in several other businesses to create multiple streams of income. Some of that income is passive. Some of it is just other work in other businesses. So as most of you know, I'm heavily involved with Dirt Monkey University. I'm partners with Stan and Callie, so we work very hard at growing that end of the business, which is very active involvement. But there's other things that I do, and I want to lay that all out for you in one of my upcoming, if it's not my next video, because I have some lighting videos that I'm going to be putting out here shortly, it will become one of my videos here within the next couple of weeks. So expect that video on multiple streams of income. Just laugh. If you gotta laugh, make sure to please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications as new videos come in. I love it if you would please subscribe if you're having as much fun watching this truck video. Dude, the truck video thing gets me every time. I look and I laugh and I'm like, no, not another truck video. So I did this just to have fun with it. More often than not, you're going to find me in my office where I've got a big whiteboard and I can do explanations and demonstrations, or you're going to find me out in the field on a job, actively involved with it, looking at a project and detailing out what we're going to do. I have a kick butt drainage project coming up that I have been filming now for a period of about 2 or 3 weeks. It's a sump system where we're installing this year. I was talking to you about doing more drainage work. We're going to be doing a lot more sump systems this year. I've been studying them, and we've done them in the past, but this is like our first major one, and I think we nailed it. And we nailed it because I actually screwed up the original drainage project. We rushed it and totally made some huge rookie errors. I will walk you through each of those details. Another video I've got coming out here in the next 2 weeks is a playhouse video. Some of you have seen a little bit of progress on it. Maybe you've seen none of it, but I haven't put a lot out on it. But I'm building a custom playhouse. I've been working on it for a long time, just doing a little bit here and there. It's attached to a zip line platform for the kids to be able to zip line 150 feet across the yard. The zip line has a brake on it, but what started off to be a pretty simple playhouse has turned into something that is just amazingly beautiful. I had extra hardwood floor left over from my own house. I'm taking that hardwood floor. I'm thinking what am I going to do on the surface? Indoor, outdoor carpet. I'm like, boom, man, I got this hardwood floor. It is going to look, oh my gosh, it's going to look like a little miniature house. I mean, it's the coolest thing. It's got windows in it that are operable with screens, and I mean, just super cool. Can't wait to show you that whole video from start to finish. So there'll be lighting video, multiple streams of income video, drainage video, and sump system video, the playhouse video. That's what you can expect to see roughly in the next 2, possibly 3 weeks at the most, and I'm going to keep pumping them out. So that's why you got to subscribe and hit that bell button, so as these videos are coming out, you'll be able to see it. Probably signing off and saying goodbye to my last truck video, but hope you enjoyed it. I had fun making it. Thanks so much. Go out, go sell some work, and just leave in the comments below if you got any questions about what I do and the type of work I'm involved in and what we do at Dirt Monkey University, what we do here at Sarros Landscaping, some of the other ways that I'm making some money. So I'll talk to you about all of that, guys. Love you guys. Thanks for following me, and have a great day.